Hi guys, this is Steve again with Search Highway, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Amazon rankings and how you can actually expect your listing to rank once you start building links to it with GSA. So getting a listing up is pretty simple. Essentially all you need is an Amazon seller account, which I believe is about $40 per month. So it's really worthwhile in terms of what you can actually do with it. Obviously we need a product to list, and the way I would suggest doing this is through drop shipping. So drop shipping essentially means that you don't actually have to stock the product. You just take the info of your buyers from Amazon, you forward it on to the vendor, and they fulfill your orders for you. So, and obviously, we're going to have to be getting in contact with some vendors to, in terms of, select some products that we want to sell, and we'll select corresponding vendors to contact. So the way that I like doing this is through Worldwide Brands. So Worldwide Brands essentially aggregates vendors together, and it really makes it easy to find a vendor that sells your particular product. They aggregate sellers based on whether or not they let you sell through Amazon. The sellers need to go through an approval process with Worldwide Brands, meaning that they have a certain positive reputation already with them. You know that they're going to be fairly reliable. And I'm putting don't waste your time here because Worldwide Brands is a paid service, so I believe it's about a $250 or $300 one-time fee, but it really is worthwhile because the alternative is to basically just sift through Google. You Google the product that you want to sell, and you're going to be sifting through a whole bunch of sellers there. And you really don't know if they have good reputations. You don't know if they actually let you sell through Amazon. So the time that you waste doing that is, it's well worth it to, pay the $250 or $300 to sign up with Worldwide Brands and basically just have all that filtering already done for you. So, like I mentioned, Worldwide Brands, they aggregate the product vendors, and the vendors have to go through an approval process with Worldwide Brands in order to get accepted. And also, like I mentioned, they label Amazon-friendly sellers, so you know right away whether or not you're going to be able to sell their products on Amazon. So you don't have to waste your time contacting vendors that in the end won't even let you sell their product. All right, so we're gonna go hop over and check out Worldwide Brands for a couple seconds, and I'll show you how it works. All right, guys. So I'm inside of Worldwide Brands here, and basically we can see that we can scroll through products, brands, and suppliers. So each of these is going to be useful in its own way. I personally like going through suppliers, so we're just going to click here, and essentially we can go to any category of product and find suppliers. So let's say I want to go into health and beauty, search here, and you can see that I'm always in dropship wholesalers. All right, so drop shipping is essentially the easiest method to ship out your Amazon products. It essentially just happens on autopilot, so I usually just take dropship wholesalers. And here you can see you can easily scroll through ones that work with Amazon, with eBay. I've searched for dropship wholesalers, so they're going to be dropship suppliers. And really, it's just a really, really easy way to quickly sift through companies that have already gone through a background check with Worldwide Brands. You know that they work with Amazon. You don't get iffy responses from them. You're just more sure of all the companies that you come across. All right, and so far, every single company that I've dealt with that I found through Worldwide Brands has been very responsive. They answer their emails quickly, and really no problems with any companies that I've encountered through here. All right, so I'm just going to take one of these suppliers now just to show you how to actually get in contact with them, and that's also very easy through Worldwide Brands. So if we go to this company over here, let's say for example, okay, so we can see here the profile of the company, and you can see they sell some interesting products. And basically the profile here will contain all the information that we need to contact them. So you have the contact name, phone number, the address, and we have the dropship fee here, so whatever fee that they charge when they ship out. Basically, we have a whole list of their products over here, so you can see everything that you can target. So I mean, usually what I do is I'll target 1 or 2 products at the beginning that that look interesting to me, and then in the future you can span out to other products that they offer. And I mean, ideally, what you want to do, you don't want to be dealing with too many companies. What I like to do is find, maybe 4 or 5 companies that have an array of products that I want to promote, and basically just expand to their, to a larger product line with each one. And really, what I like, what I really like with Worldwide Brands is that you have this form here at the bottom that you can automatically contact the company. So basically, they're used to receiving forms through Worldwide Brands. So rather than receiving a cold email from you, they're receiving a form through Worldwide Brands, which they recognize. So basically with each company, you don't have to be sending out an email that's attached to your personal email address. You can just send them this contact form through Worldwide Brands. And I've actually tried both, and I found that they're much more likely to respond when the form comes from here. So it's just another great aspect of Worldwide Brands. All right, so back over here, I've put together a really quick listing. This is just a really quick example to show you how quickly you can get something up, ready to sell and ready to rank. So this is just a test listing that I put together for a carport garage. So complete with description, photos, and everything. This took me about 10 or 15 minutes to put together. So very, very quick. It's very quick to upload, and it basically just shows you how quick you can get started. Just taking a product that you want to sell and posting it up and start building links to it with GSA. Now, something that we need to be mindful of with Amazon listings is ranking fluctuations, right? So we should start to see results within about 1 to 2 weeks. It's something I've seen pretty consistently. However, we've also seen results in just a couple of days. So it really just depends on the search. And but in general, you should start to see results within about 1 to 2 weeks, which is actually very, very good, considering all the, the sandboxing that's going on and how long it takes to actually rank, a real website. Now, the thing is that Google doesn't only want to show Amazon listings in organic search. So if you think about it, Amazon is kind of the Wikipedia of shopping, right? So I mean, if you type in a product that you'd like to purchase, Google is very happy to show Amazon listings because it's a very trusted platform, right? But let's say I'm Googling, a beauty product. Google doesn't only want to show me places where I can buy that product. They also want to show me, place where I can get more information about it, medical side effects. And this makes sense because not everybody typing in a product actually wants to buy it, or they're not actually ready to buy it. So they won't only serve up Amazon listings. So, I mean, what you see very often is that with a particular search, and this does vary by search, there's no set rule out there, is that Google assigns a certain amount of places to Amazon in the search results. Kind of like Wikipedia will have its place. Same thing with Amazon is that, let's say for a particular search, Google will decide, okay, we're giving 3 spots to Amazon listings. So we could be ranking, number 3 for that search, and then all of a sudden we can see a drop to infinity, right? Now, when we see a drop to infinity in our rankings, and usually we would panic with this, but essentially what this means is that we've just been passed by one other Amazon listing that's taken our spot, right? So we're not actually dropped to infinity. We're actually in 4th position, but we've only been passed by that one listing, which has taken up our, one of those 3 spots. So basically what we want to do is we want to investigate to see where our listing actually is when we see it drop to infinity. So what you want to do is you want to scroll to the bottom of the search results and go to the very last page of the search results when you type in your your keyword that you're going after. So you want to scroll to the very last page and you want to repeat the search with the omitted results included. So this will show you where your listing has actually ended up. Now, it is possible that your ranking could have been slapped, right? So GSA is not perfect. Sometimes it builds links and your anchors will go off, so you might have too much of your main keyword in the anchor text, and it could get slapped, by an algorithm penalty. So usually my rule of thumb is if I don't see my rankings coming back within 1 week, right, I do this search and I see if my listing is showing up somewhere. If it's not, it means that I got an actual penalty on the listing. The great thing about Amazon is that you can just get a new listing URL and just repeat this process over here. So you can keep the descriptions and everything on your Amazon listing. All you need is to get a new URL and you can start doing this link building process again. So it's basically a rinse and repeat process. If you keep your anchor text in check, you shouldn't have a problem with your listing getting slapped. But if it does happen, don't worry about it. Just get a new listing URL, start the link building process. Start the link building process over again, and within 1 to 2 weeks, you should see results coming up again. So it's a very good thing about Amazon. Because it's such a trusted property, we can get our rankings back quite quickly. So like I mentioned, we want to be checking our anchors, and I'm going to be going over this in more detail in a later video. But essentially GSA is not perfectly accurate. We can tell it to build, say, 5% anchor text for our main keyword, but it could go off sometimes. It could go up to let's say 10%, which is too high. So a certain percentage needs to be maintained, and I will go over this in a later video. But you do want to check this daily, just to make sure that that your anchor text is at an appropriate level. So again, I'll talk about this more in detail in a later video. So I use Ahrefs to check my anchors, and here you can see that I've typed in my Amazon URL. Right now we don't see any results for it because I haven't built any links to it yet. But essentially, this is where we're going to be checking our anchors, and we're just going to be typing in our URL over here, and we're going to be seeing what our anchor text profile looks like on a daily basis. All right, so that's it for this video. In the next one, I'll be telling you how to actually set up your GSA anchors for your campaign, and also how to build our content for the campaign. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you soon.